In this first section, I will be doing this problem to find the distance between the 2 points. And this will be your first example problem in reading assignment. Okay, you're given 2 points, -5, 6, and 3, -5, and you need to find what the distance between the 2 points is. So look at the picture on the right where you have the yellow highlighted region, and that is the distance we are looking for. And if I call that as d, then the formula that I'll be using is the distance d of AB is the square root of difference in x squared plus difference in y squared. And it doesn't matter which one I pick as x1, y1. I can pick one point as x1, y1. Here I would call the first one as x1, y1 and the second one as x2, y2. Now if I go back and plug in, distance d is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square. So it's 3 minus -5 the whole squared plus -5, which is y2, minus y1, which is 6 the whole squared. So if I simplify this further, I know when I multiply two negatives, it becomes positive. So this would be 3 plus 5 the whole squared, plus if I add two negative numbers, it would be a negative. I would add and put the negative sign, right? So d would be equal to square root of 3 plus 5 is 8 squared plus 11, -11 the whole squared. So if I put an open parentheses, -11, close the parentheses, square it, it's 121. And we know 8 squared is 64, right? So 64 plus 121, add 8 squared, checking 64 plus 121, I get 185. So square root of 185 is a decimal number, and since it's not a perfect square, right? There's no perfect square which I can pull out. And since in this problem it's not giving me any information about whether the answer should be in decimal, rounded off to so many decimal places, I can leave it as square root of 185. And there is no unit given, so I'm just going to generalize it with the unit. And yes, this will be the answer to this problem. So the distance from this point A to point B, so from point A to point B, the distance is square root of 185 units, which is approximately, if I want to find the approximation, I can do square root of 185, and that's approximately 13.6015, whatever the unit